Hello and welcome. We have officially made it back to the coast of Peru. This morning we woke up in Paracas and today we will be exploring all that the area has to offer, including the Ballestas Islands. These islands are known as the poor man's Galapagos, and seeing that Chad and I are indeed poor people, we will be exploring these islands.
We are currently in Paracas, which is right here, and we're about to take a 2-hour boat ride over to the Ballestas Islands, explore those where they have sea lions, penguins, and different animal life. But I'm really excited. We're actually heading to the boat right now.
When the snow turns to streams and the hair is kinda on our skin, and all the world blooms for spring, I will behold my love again. I've seen the night so pitch black, my eyes forgot to take a seat. I've seen the light all come back, and soon I'll have you next to me. Oh Lord, still shaking this off. I'm finally free from its jaws. I feel things growing within. I feel life blooming again. I want to walk in the light. I want you walking with me. I feel things growing within. I feel life blooming again.
So we just finished up our Ballesta Island tour, and it was so incredible. There were probably over 100,000 birds on those islands.
Like so many.
Yeah.
Just swarming everywhere. I've never seen so many birds in my life. I was just like mesmerized because they kind of looked like just mosquitoes.
Yeah, in the distance.
Or like flies in the sky, and you're just like, oh my gosh, where are all these birds coming from?
So they actually export guano from those islands, which is actually bird poop.
Yeah.
So apparently way back when, there were 20 meters of bird poop on the islands.
Yeah.
So they would collect it and they use it as fertilizer for farming, which is really interesting.
Yeah, you could definitely smell the bird poop. Like as we approached the islands more and more, you just started to smell a very fishy bird poop smell, and it's just like all over the air. There's definitely so much for them to export, like endless amounts.
Yeah, and something else that we got to see that I've never seen is a sea lion.
A male sea lion.
Yes, a male sea lion.
Yeah, and it looked literally like a lion, like it had a mane around its head. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what is that? Because we've never witnessed that before. And so that was really cool to see. And we got to get so close to these sea lions. Like, it was crazy. We had a really good boat driver and a really great tour guide.
Yeah.
And so it was a wonderful tour. Obviously way cheaper than seeing the real Galapagos Islands. And that's why they call it the poor man's Galapagos. I believe we paid $12 each for this tour, and we booked it through our bus company. But you can definitely get it for way cheaper if you just come to the city and book it through a local vendor.
So we are now going to go and try to find some lunch, but later today we actually have a free tour that is provided through our bus company, Peru Hop, and we're going to explore a national reserve that is right around the corner. So because Paracas is a fishing town, of course we had to try their seafood. And so we are starting off lunch with the ceviche, which we've been waiting this entire time that we've been in Peru to finally eat. And so we're super, super excited to give it a shot.
Looks like some juicy pieces.
Oh yes. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. And basically what ceviche is you actually have this raw fish that is cured by the acid from lime juice. And so it's very flavorful, and I'm gonna give it a shot. One of the best ones I've ever had for sure. Wow. It's probably because the fish is so fresh compared to the ones that I've had in the past. We've never really had it, or I've never really had it near the coast. It's amazing, wow. This is delicious. So this is Chad's very first time trying ceviche ever.
This is really good.
Ooh, we've got more food. Gracias. And then we also got the Chupe de Pescado, which is very similar to the Chupe de Camarones that we got over in Arequipa. But instead of shrimp, we have some fish in here. And the soup looks a little bit more yellow rather than orange as to what we had in Arequipa. And we're also gonna give this one a little taste. Smells good, smells very similar. Oh wow, and it tastes just as good as the seafood chowder we had over in Arequipa. It does taste a little bit more like fish because obviously there are chunks of fish in here instead of shrimp. And I'll have some fish as well. It's also a little hot. That is some really soft, buttery fish and it melts in your mouth. Oh my goodness, we have another dish coming.
So the last one that we got is the Chicharron De Pescado. So instead of the fried pork that we had, it is a fried fish. Wow. Caliente. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. It's still perfectly juicy on the inside. The outside is nice and crunchy. Oh, that's so good.
So we just finished up lunch at Cevicheria Rusticareta and it was so amazing. It was definitely one of our more expensive meals here in Peru, but that's just because Paracas overall is a little bit pricier.
Yeah, and I have to say that the increase in price was also justified because the quality of the fish was incredible.
Yeah.
Everything just peeled apart. It was so juicy, so bouncy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If every ceviche is like that, I will eat it every day of my life. But we are now walking back to our tour company to meet up with them for our 2 o'clock tour to go explore the peninsula a little bit more. And I'm really excited because it looks really beautiful. You can see it off in the distance from the beach. So we just finished up a tour that kind of took us around this national reserve is what they call it. And what it is this peninsula that juts out that you can see in the distance from Paracas. And it honestly felt like a national park that would be in the United States because it was just so grand, so vast, and it was honestly incredible.
So basically it's just this huge area of desert that essentially meets the ocean. So you've got these wild cliffs of sand dunes that drop straight into sparkling blue waters and it was so, so beautiful.
So now we have decided to just sit by the water here in Paracas. We bought ourselves a Coke and we're just enjoying the view because it is so peaceful here.
So tonight we are dining at Destinos and of course we are getting some more seafood because we just can't get enough of it. And so here we have these special Peruvian scallops and you can find them all along the coast. And they're actually harvested just a few meters down in Ceviche Bay and they come on these really pretty shells. And this one that we have here has some Parmesan cheese on it. So I can't wait to eat these. They look super cheesy and they smell amazing. I forgot to tell you guys, these are actually known as the golden nuggets of the sea. It sounds super fancy. And let's see if it lives up to its name. I love seafood already, but that was incredible. It's like a scallop that literally just melts like butter in your mouth. And the cheese is like the perfect touch. You gotta try it, Chad.
Anytime I ever have Parmesan, it's on pizza. So having it with a scallop is definitely a new experience, but they do pair very well. All right, Claire, what do we have here?
So here we have the tiradito, which is actually a variation of ceviche that has some Japanese influence. So underneath here you have some delicate cuts of raw fish that are actually cut very similar to the sashimi. And then on top you've got this yellow sauce which is made out of the Peruvian yellow pepper. And apparently it's a little bit spicy. And so we are going to give this one a taste and maybe, I don't know, maybe it'll be just as good as the ceviche we had earlier.
All right, give it a taste.
Wow. I don't know which one I like more, the ceviche or the tiradito. Man, that's amazing. The sauce is really light. It's a little bit less citrusy. And the fish, I think I might actually prefer the cut of fish on this one even more because it's very delicate and very thinly sliced. So it kind of just like sits well on the tongue, easy to chew. And this sauce, you can definitely taste the pepper, but it's got a nice little kick of citrus as well. And incredible, amazing pairing.
Yeah, that's very different than the ceviche. I think I do like the cut better. I think because of the pepper, it has a very similar flavor to the ají de gallina, which I really do like, and it pairs well with the fish, which is kind of unexpected. So we're about to leave Paracas. We're gonna hop on a bus and go on a 3-hour bus ride back to Lima. So one short bus ride later, we are back in the city where all of our international travels have started, back in Lima, and it is crazy how much we have done in the past 5 weeks. We have learned so much, we have tried so much incredible food, and I'm really happy to be here.
We did want to quickly talk about how we've been getting around all the way since we completed Machu Picchu, because you guys have been very interested in all the transportation, all the tours that we've been doing, and so we did want to quickly talk about that. Upon leaving Machu Picchu, we made it back to Cusco, and from there we kind of did all of our tours, all of our transportation with a single bus company called Peru Hop. And so they actually arranged the Lake Titicaca homestay. They did the Huacachina tours. They did all of the tours that we did today. And of course, all of the bus transportation and taxi transportation, it is all arranged by Peru Hop. And this is in no way sponsored. We paid for this company all out of pocket. And we just wanted to let you guys know as a resource so that if you ever needed a bus company to get around Peru, this is what we use.
Yeah,
and
we definitely recommend it too.
Yeah, it was very convenient. We really didn't have to plan too much. We just kind of gave them the dates that we needed to get around and what dates we wanted to arrive in cities. And it's very flexible. So last minute changes are totally fine. We actually originally had all of these tours booked for yesterday, but we wanted to push it one more day and it was all okay. So very convenient.
And other things that I really want to note about Peru Hop is that all the guides are English speaking, they're bilingual. So that's very convenient when you have questions, recommendations on restaurants, places to eat, other things and activities you want to do. They also know so much history and they absolutely love Peru. So they have a lot to say about it. And also the overnight buses that we took were so comfortable. They recline like 160 degrees or something. And honestly, it made the bus rides through Peru just so much more relaxing. They definitely exceeded my expectations in that regard. That's pretty much what we have to say about Peru Hop. We honestly love the experience, but from now on, we're actually done with them, which is a little bit sad.
Yeah, we're back on our own, DIYing everything, and so stay tuned, hit subscribe if you want to see where we go next, because we definitely aren't done with Peru just yet. We have a couple more things we have planned, and we would love for you guys to join us. And until then, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.